Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. The suspect in serial sexual assaults committed against rideshare drivers has been arrested for the second time, but authorities believe there may be more victims. Desert Hot Springs police report that a driver working with a rideshare application service reported that they were assaulted by a customer at the conclusion of a ride. The driver was treated for minor injuries while the suspect fled. Police officers identified Luis Laura, 20, of Desert Hot Springs as a suspect, and he was arrested on August 28th on suspicion of attempted rape, sexual battery, and false imprisonment. Laura was later released on bail. On September 27th, Desert Hot Springs police responded to a report from another ride-sharing service driver regarding a sexual assault committed by a rider. Desert Hot Springs detectives identified Laura as the suspect in the second attack, and he was arrested again for investigation into sexual battery, false imprisonment, and committing a felony while on bail. Based on their investigation, detectives believe there are additional rideshare service drivers who may have been assaulted by Luis Laura, and the Desert Hot Springs Police Department are asking them to come forward. You can call Detective Celia Romero at 760-329-2904. You can see a picture of Luis Laura, along with additional contact information at this story at Z107.7 FM.com. The agenda for tonight's Yucca Valley Town Council meeting includes a Spirit of Yucca Valley Award and introductions to new employees. Also on the agenda is a master fee schedule resolution and an update on the Aquatics and Recreation Center. Reporter Hillary Sloan has a look at the agenda for tonight's meeting.
The Town Council is recommended to adopt Resolution Number 23XX, establishing the master fee schedule and rescinding all fee resolutions in conflict. This resolution is an overall fee study for items charged to the public, from animal licensing, business registration, planning fees, building permits, etc. The Council will also review the Yucca Valley Senior Center Improvements Project, Phase 2, and award the professional design services contract with a budget amendment of $998,000 from the American Rescue Plan Act funds. The Council will also review an update on the Spring-Summer 2023 Aquatics and Recreation Project. The meeting is at 6 p.m. in the Yucca Room of the Yucca Valley Community Center and will be live streamed. The public is welcome. For the link, see this story at Z107.7 FM.com. For Z107.7, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
The 29 Palms Planning Commission holds their regularly scheduled meeting this evening. On the schedule are 3 public hearings. First up, the Commission will consider an amendment to the building code that will make it easier to construct access to hard-to-reach desert properties. Next is a proposed amendment to bring property development fees into line with state requirements. The third hearing focuses on amendments to the town's vacation home rental regulations. Changes that will be considered and voted upon is a reduction of the insurance requirement, a limit of permits per parcel, new conditions for approval, and an annual requirement that operators take the Good Neighbor class, along with updates to RV storage policies. As always, comments from the public on these topics and possible future agenda items are welcome. The 29 Palms Planning Commission meeting begins at 5 p.m. at City Hall. You can view the meeting and attend online at 29palms.org. The Morongo Basin Sheriff's Station is inviting you to their National Night Out event tonight in Yucca Valley. National Night Out enhances the relationship between neighbors and law enforcement while bringing back a true sense of community. It provides a great opportunity to bring police and neighbors together under positive circumstances. From 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., deputies and staff from the Morongo Basin Sheriff's Station will be posted up at the Yucca Valley Walmart parking lot, along with vendors and community organizations. Scientific information is the key to understanding and protecting the desert. 5 speakers representing environmental organizations, protecting wildlife corridors, our water supply, and working with state and federal institutions spoke at last Saturday's California Desert Summit at Copper Mountain College. For a recap of the meeting and its importance to maintaining a healthy desert ecosystem, here again is reporter Hillary Sloan.
The California desert as an ecosystem is often miscategorized as a barren wasteland with low biodiversity and limited capacity for carbon storage. The very opposite is true. Citizen-organized Inland Desert Working Group, a group of highly trained scientists and advocates, compiled scientific data that shows how essential pristine desert lands are to preventing climate change, ensuring clean air, protecting wildlife, and the continuation of desert flora that have a principal part in the desert's biodiversity. Robin Cabali, desert botanist and plant ecologist with expertise in the Southwest Desert, spoke in depth at the California Desert Summit about the desert plants and how their properties, slow growth and long roots, make them an essential component in the natural process. Cabali explained that misconceptions happen because so much of this complex process occurs underground. Plants like the creosote have incredibly long lives. The Mojave yucca can live up to 2,500 years. California juniper can live 1,500 years. If these plants are disturbed, it will take a very long time to grow back, and the natural cycles will be disturbed. Removal of desert vegetation and topsoil disturbance requires about 30 years before the pre-existing plant community grows back, over 2 centuries before even partial recovery occurs. For more information on the desert's biodiversity and other topics covered at the summit, see this story at Z107.7fm.com. For Z107.7 FM, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
The high desert has long been a haven for artists of all types, and starting this weekend, 176 of them will open their studio doors to the public. Online news editor Robert Hayden joins us with an overview of this long-running fall event.
For the next 3 weekends, appreciators of art will find plenty to do around the high desert. The annual Highway 62 Open Studio Art Tours returns for its 22nd year, an amazing opportunity to visit artists' homes, studios, and the many unique desert settings that Morongo Valley artists use to create art in a variety of forms. This year, there are 176 artists at 125 studios dotted around the desert that are opening their doors to the public for perusal and purchasing of artwork that's unique to our area. The studio art tours are a great way to get out and see parts of the desert you may not be familiar with, even if you're a longtime local. Starting this Saturday, October 7th, studios will open up in Morongo Valley, Pioneer Town, and Rimrock, Flamingo Heights and Landers throughout Yucca Valley, Joshua Tree, 29 Palms, and stretching out into Wonder Valley. To get a full understanding of the variety of art and artists on display, the Highway 62 Open Studio Art Tours have released this year's catalog, which is available digitally, but for casual browsing and planning, using both the free print version and the online map is the way to go. Every studio is represented by full-color photographs and information on the artist and their work, and a Google map with all the studios marked will help you and your friends hit as many studios as possible every weekend in October. There are dozens of businesses carrying the catalog, even some down the hill, and the catalog and studio tours themselves are free and open to the public. For everything you need to know to start planning your next 3 weekends, you can visit mbcac.org or visit this story on our website for links and information. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Robert Hayden.
Theater 29 debuts Roald Dahl's The Witches on Friday at a gala event. Arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas says you won't want to miss out of this spellbinding production.
For the past 24 seasons, opening night galas at Theater 29 have traditionally been a fundraising opportunity for area nonprofits. On Friday, October 6th, the opening night will be the benefit for Theater 29 itself. Extensive upgrades and repairs occurred over the summer at the venue, and this event will help replenish the coffers. The opening night gala will feature food especially themed to the show catered by Carrie Jimenez, a silent auction and live auction with many great items, as well as an opportunity to see the show from a comfortable love seat on the front row. Doors will open at 6 p.m. with the curtain going up at 7 p.m. The opening night audience is encouraged to dress in costume, witch or otherwise. Tickets to this fundraiser are available online at theater29.org and are $35. The rest of the run through October 22nd is also available on the website. Reporting for Z107.7, this is arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas.
That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear news happening, let us know about it. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z1077 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmatz.